with a knowing elbow, hinting at secrets, a shared male bonding moment. Oni glared at him. A dark cloud gathering on his brow, suspicion tightening his features. Chet, you are treading on dangerously thin ice, my friend. Your implications are bordering on scandalous, wannabe, audacious suggestion. Chet, undeterred, the confidential tone, only amplifying the audacious suggestion. Billy B. Hesewint, nomatentally, Pepins. Pleasant, secluded rendezvous point situated just outside the city proper. A discreet hideaway, perfect for clandestine conversations. A true romantic haven. Kuchununtli. Hit. Would you catch my drift? Allowing me to explore this opportunity, perhaps. Omdikais. Artie snapped, his patience utterly depleted, his face flushing crimson. Will you unequivocally cease your inappropriate discourse, Chet? She is unequivocally not that genre of female individual. How many times must more repeat myself? Onyatized. He then adopted a more virtuous, indignant tone, desperate to preserve Aurora S. and his own fabricated reputation. As a matter of precise fact, she customarily lent her melodious voice to a sacred church choir. Chet, a paragon of moral rectitude, a symbol of purity, Konatais. Chet merely chuckled, a sly gleam in his eye. Entirely convinced of his own superior understanding of human nature, Audimit. It poses no substantive impediment whatsoever, Artie. This particular establishment is situated in a rather secluded location directly upon the beach. No individual will lend their auditory faculties to her harmonious vocalizations there, Omanehend. Her singing is for a different audience, yet you comprehend. Weistroma 10. He paused hot, then, with a nostalgic look on his face, continued, yeah, and all throughout the entirety of secondary education, Aurora diligently assisted my person with my English assignments, and my history assignments, and my algebra assignments, hauschist my algebra assignments. She was an academic lifesaver, truly. Brilliant, truly brilliant. Artie scoffed, thoroughly annoyed by Chet's selective memory and blatant self-interest, seeing the self-serving narrative unfolding. Well, that is indeed exceptionally commendable, Chet. Yeah. Well, Mott diligently assisted her with the truly significant matters. Offerhaus shot up. Yeah? Like what? Pray tell? What vital knowledge did you impart, Artie, that outweighs the intricacies of algebra and Shakespeare? Getting traumatized with an exaggerated air of self-importance. Declared. Mott meticulously instructed her in the art of articulating the negative response. Chet, the power of saying no when confronted with unwanted propositions. A crucial life skill, Mott, assure you. Always be. Poppies, intently from the hallway, her face a picture of wide-eyed innocence, let out a shocked gasp. Aurora, her telephone, which she had been holding, suddenly rang again. It was Fred Jones, again, calling for Aurora. Ubel bowed. Hello? Fred Jones? Huh? What? Pray tell. Do you signify by what does one obtain for 100 credits? She stared at the phone, bewildered, completely misunderstanding the context of the call, thinking it was a game show, untraumatized. Hey, is this one of those recreational game show quizzes? Yeah? Huh? Well, what, pray tell, does one anticipate for the sum of 100 credits? What, specifically, is being offered for that particular sum? On their base. Exchanged frantic glances, a dawning horror on their faces. They realized Poppy was inadvertently revealing Aurora's clandestine profession to an unwitting Fred Jones, and, by extension, anyone within earshot, in the Mcentide. Artie, frantically to be quiet, to end the call. But it was too late. Meist. Hey! Hey! Listen, Fred. You're a great mom, Poppy declared into the phone, her voice completely misunderstanding the context and conflating Fred Jones with his supposed matriarch impression that is her appellation. No, hello, Fred? Yes, this is Aurora, as in Aurora Fontaine. No, that was a new female individual you were communicating. Ve kep ite hat earlier. Fred, furnish me with the number of your esteemed hotel chamber, Honorby. There, subsequent to the convivial gathering. We can discuss the details then, in person. Splendid. Mott shall encounter your esteemed person then. Farewell, Fred, oblivious to the profound implications of the conversation, hung up the phone and beamed at Artie and Chet, proud of her successful information retrieval. She is Artie spluttered, struggling to find the right word, his throat tight with a sudden, suffocating realization, often Bilbing. Call girl. Having witnessed the entire disastrous phone call, her face a mixture of shock and weary resignation, auditized. Artie's jaw dropped. Chet merely whistled a sound of cynical amusement, his earlier romantic zeal replaced by a sudden, predatory glint. Olbal. Well, imagine that. Brenda, Mott genuinely harbored no desire to distress your esteemed person with such an uncomfortable revelation. Warningby and Brenda merely stared at him. Her voice filled with a chillingly calm resolve, her eyes narrowed, traumatized. Who, me, Artie? Why, pray tell, would such a revelation distress my person? It is unequivocally none of my inherent concerns. Therefore, you are unequivocally not intending to communicate this sensitive information to Poppy. Are you, Artie? Because if you are, Artie, repercussion. When, for your continued tenancy, onimigintleist. Artie looked from Brenda's implacable expression to Poppy's innocent face, then back again, caught in a desperate bind. Invisual, a Brentley. Who? Communicate to Poppy that some individual she has been consistently extolling, some individual she profoundly admires, is a academic paragon, Artie sputtered, unable to utter the incriminating words, his throat tight with unspoken fear. Quentin's resolution. Brenda's eyes narrowed, her patience wearing thin. What, precisely, is the matter, Artie? Are you, in fact, incapable of articulating the precise word, the professional designation, that Aurora so clearly embodies? 18-head vigorously. Not to Poppy, Brenda. Mott entertain no distinct impression that she can emotionally handle such a profound revelation. Her innocence is far too fragile for et u she hat harsh realities. But you, Brenda, you can emotionally handle it. You read tougher, more worldly. Usentlit Brenda B. Nodded slowly, a wry, almost pained smile finally returning to her lips, acknowledging Artie's indirect compliment. Blushi Artie. Definitively so. Mott mean, you know. Mott entertained the philosophical notion that, well, you are chronologically mature enough to ascertain the nature of your actions. Probation shall unequivocally abstain from rendering whatsoever regarding your conduct. My profound gratitude, Brenda, for your progressive stance on human ethics, unutterly bewildered by her apparent non-judgment. Whistle again.